Thank you, host Mrs. Cow. And I should also thank um, Vijaya, who has been negotiating, planning, and organizing, interacting with all the participants to see that they are all here this evening. I thank Mrs. Hariharan for taking time to share her experiences and thoughts on the insights on teaching of mathematics. I am proud to announce that today we have participants from Bihar, Chandigarh, Delhi, Gujarat, Kerala, Muscat from Oman, the Middle East, Karnataka, of course, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Orissa, and Punjab. It's a great pleasure to have teachers across the country and sharing our good practices and thoughts. And that is one of our main objective, that is to support and mentor teachers. We also have programs for training leaders of tomorrow, which we had a couple of them, which we will also have in future. Please always visit our website www.tdeducation.com for updates on the topics and the topics that we would announce for the future. Coming to the today's topic, as you all know, it is insights on teaching of mathematics. Now, Mrs. Hariharan is there to share her thoughts. And before that, I would like to have a small introduction. And the introduction, I prefer to start with a question to my participants. The voices of participants would be a motivation for us. And we always seen in the previous webinars a lot of active participation. That makes us feel that we are communicating to each other. My question is, what do you understand by the word insights? You can, if you do not want to speak, you unmute and speak, or you can post it in the chat box. I request the host to read it out. What do you understand by insights?
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
This is Vani Achut Managoli. I'm from Chennai. I'm the academic coordinator working for Malamal School. When you ask me the meaning for insight, what I understand is, the depth or the deep understanding of teaching this, mathematics. That is what is coming to my mind.
Yeah. You're 100% correct.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else has a different vision of insight?
Similar responses in the chat box, sir.
Hmm.
Two of the comments says look into deeply, and the other one is deep understanding of something.
Very good. That's also fine. It's all in line with the same thoughts. Anyone else? It is a kind of a capacity building. See, it doesn't happen uh, all of a sudden. It happens through years of practice, years of experiences, years of connecting with the students, years of connecting with your colleagues, Very collaboratively also you get insights. And it is a kind of a capacity building. When I say capacity is to gain, you gain through a process, through an experience, a very accurate and deep understanding of how to teach mathematics or how to teach physics or chemistry or English. And this comes very intrinsically within you. It is a treasure within you. And this is felt by the students who become very responsive. You become a very responsive teacher to the needs of their students. When you become very responsive teacher to the needs of the students, means you understand, you identify the problems, you address the needs, and above all, you build a kind of an aspiration in the mind of the students, that ability you have, and you bring about some kind of an expectations among the students. Not only the students, your colleagues, if you're working in a collaboratively. And then if you are a very responsive teacher, I use the word responsive teacher, you also provide opportunities for collaboration. So, and address, these are very responsive. Let me tell you 4 aspects of how you can get into the depth of anything. Number 1 is responsive, which I told, understand, identify, address the needs. And number 2 is responsible. You become very responsible teacher. Take accountability to every action that you take. You become a leader for learning. And you become a leader to learn also. And when you take a certain decisions, you become responsible to your decisions, your aim, your goal, and whatever decision or whatever goal setting that you have, it has, you ensure that it is action is performed for improving the quality of the education, to drive the concept, to bring about the conceptual change in the mind of the students who otherwise had a phobia for mathematics, had an apprehension on mathematics. Now he feels free, comfortable. And that is a leadership for learning. You are a leader for learning. And then you also, among your colleagues, whether it is mathematics teachers or any other subject teachers that according to the department, you create a workable teams also, because all ideas cannot be yours always. Some ideas come from others. And some of them are very powerful ideas to get into the insight in the teaching of a subject. And that is how the building of the institution takes place, particularly. And first I said responsive. Second, I said responsible. The third is inclusive. The word inclusive is a very integral part of education now, because we have a different types and different levels of students. We have to address them pedagogically. They are all different in their ability of understanding, conceptualizing, internalization of concepts, whatsoever. But you want to create equal opportunities through pedagogical approach. And that equal opportunity, differentiated learning, learning methodology for different types of students, remediation, differentiation, personalized learning, handholding, all that you talk about, caring and sharing your insights with the students. That is inclusive, responsive, responsible, inclusive, and the fourth I would say the pillar is networking. Now you have a great opportunity of networking. Just imagine we are sharing our thoughts on this evening with so many teachers and educators across the country. That's a great pleasure that I enjoy. That's a great fulfillment. With this networking, we are enhancing our quality as a teacher, our insight as a teacher. It is building a collective capacity and trying to build strategies with precision. And that way, we are associating with others. Today, we are associating with around 24 participants to form a kind of a collective forum. That is one of the objective and the mission of the TD Educational Trust, to make a collective form. And we're also searching for talent. Among you, there will be very experienced teachers, very talented teachers. And if you can also join in participation, sharing, it's a networking. And this networking can only bring about innovations and good practices to a common platform. And we develop a culture of teachers, a culture of learning community. These are the things by which you get insights on the teaching of a subject. And today we have Mrs. Hariharan to give her insights on the teaching of mathematics. Mrs. Hariharan has more than 3 decades of experience teaching mathematics as an HOD in, in Chennai. Now she is in Bangalore in a reputed school. She has been in national public schools in Bangalore. She is now with another reputed schools in Bangalore as a HOD. And one of the greatest quality that I have observed in her, she came as a traditional teacher only to teach with chalk and board because that was her strength. Today, she has switched over to the digital platform, to the online resources. She has brought about a change in the performance of the students in the existing school where she is working. Most of you know that most of the students fail in mathematics. A school where she is working for the last 3 to 4 years, there was a substantial number of students failing in mathematics. She elevated to a level that she brought about even 100% performance of children in the board exam. So what is her insight? What is the success formula? And that is what we would like to listen to. So I welcome you all to this enriching as well as interactive, if you can interact, session of getting into the insights of teaching of mathematics.